Vitalika, light the way.
All right, let's talk about breakfast. Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to completely unscramble the biological truth behind eggs, cholesterol, and your overall metabolic health. For years, you've probably heard completely conflicting advice about what you should and shouldn't be eating first thing in the morning. Well, today, we are finally settling the score using modern nutritional science. Let's get right into it. Are eggs actually ruining your heart? Let's just address the elephant in the room right off the bat, because we've all had some serious whiplash from the back and forth advice on eating eggs. If you're like most people, you've probably paused with an egg carton in your hand at the grocery store, wondering, wait, is this a dangerous choice for my cardiovascular system? I mean, listen to this quote. For decades, eggs have been praised as a perfect source of protein and condemned as a threat to heart health. That perfectly sums up the sheer confusion we've all lived through, right? At various times, the humble egg has been hailed as a miracle food and then literally the next day, completely demonized. And this all happened because early nutritional guidelines falsely assumed that eating dietary cholesterol directly caused high blood cholesterol and consequently heart disease. The old theory seemed incredibly simple, almost too simple. But here's the biological plot twist, and it's a real game changer. Human biology is rarely a simple equation. The old theory of just eat cholesterol, get high blood cholesterol, well, actually scratch that, it's way more complex than that. As researchers dug deeper, they discovered that your liver actually produces most of the cholesterol your body needs. When you eat more cholesterol-rich foods like eggs, your incredible body compensates by simply producing less internally to keep things totally balanced. So, the absolutely crucial point here is that cholesterol isn't a villain at all. It's a vital building block in every single cell of your living body. Without it, you literally wouldn't be able to build healthy cell membranes or produce essential hormones like testosterone and estrogen. It creates vitamin D, supports your brain function, and produces the bile acids you need for digestion. I mean, think about it. If cholesterol is so bad for us, why does our body work so incredibly hard to manufacture it? Now, this brings us to a really crucial nuance about risk. Your total cholesterol number, it honestly matters far less than the actual size of your LDL particles. See, not all LDL is created equal. You've got these large, buoyant LDL particles, which are generally considered much less harmful. But then you have the small, dense LDL particles, and those are the ones strongly associated with cardiovascular risk. And the cool thing is, research shows that while eggs might modestly increase cholesterol for some folks, they often increase the size of the LDL particles to that safer, more buoyant type.
Section 2. The real villains. What actually drives heart disease?
If we want to point fingers, the true culprits behind metabolic dysfunction are hiding in plain sight. Modern science increasingly points toward factors like chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, and insulin resistance as the major drivers of heart disease. We're talking about overall metabolic dysfunction, high blood pressure, excess abdominal fat, and poor blood sugar control. And spoiler alert, healthy egg consumption doesn't cause any of these underlying problems in healthy individuals. No way! There's just this stark contrast between what actually harms us and what heals us. The real inflammation triggers, that's your highly processed foods, excess sugar, smoking, chronic stress, poor sleep, and physical inactivity. Those are the things driving chronic inflammation and insulin resistance. Eggs, on the other hand, are the exact opposite. Their high protein content actually supports blood sugar stability, actively fighting against the very insulin resistance that leads to type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome.
Far from causing damage, eggs act like a literal shield for your cells. Because they contain powerful antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, they serve as a built-in defense mechanism, actively fighting off the very oxidative stress that damages our blood vessels, cells, and DNA over time.
Which brings us to the most controversial part of the whole egg. Should you eat the yolk? Man, this question has haunted breakfast diners for a generation. For years, people have meticulously separated the egg white from the yolk, throwing away the vibrant yellow center in the name of health. But were we making a huge mistake all along? Okay, let's dive into this. The yolk is absolutely not the bad stuff you need to discard. It is an absolute nutritional powerhouse. It contains almost all the egg's vitamins and healthy fats. When you remove the yolk, you're eliminating a massive portion of the egg's nutritional value. You're basically throwing away essential vitamin B12, vitamin D, folate, selenium, and all those protective antioxidants we just talked about. And you know what one of the best kept secrets inside that yolk is? A nutrient called choline. Here's a wild fact for you. The vast majority of people are completely deficient in it, yet egg yolks are one of the absolute richest natural sources on the planet. It is absolutely critical for your brain health, your memory, your nervous system function, and your liver health. So you might be wondering, what's the magic number? Well, for most healthy folks out there, consuming 1 to 3 whole eggs per day is completely safe and, honestly, highly beneficial. While your specific nutritional needs do vary based on age, activity level, and genetics, 1 to 3 eggs is a really fantastic sweet spot that provides all those valuable nutrients without negatively impacting your cardiovascular health.
Now, of course, nutrition has to be personalized, right? So while healthy folks can totally enjoy them daily, if you have a specific egg allergy, digestive symptoms after eating them, or a doctor-advised sensitivity, you should definitely find alternatives. A food that benefits one person might not work perfectly for another, and that is completely normal. Always listen to your body and your medical professionals.
To truly understand your heart health, we've kind of got to pull back and look at the whole picture. Focusing on just one single number in isolation is like looking at a single puzzle piece. It's often really misleading. To get the real holistic picture, you need to track your HDL or good cholesterol, your triglycerides, blood sugar levels, blood pressure, waist circumference, and those inflammatory markers.
And remember, quality matters just as much as quantity. Not all eggs are created equal, for sure. Whenever you can, definitely opt for pasture-raised, free-range, or high-quality local eggs. These options often contain a way more favorable fatty acid composition, meaning significantly higher omega-3 levels and a much better overall nutrient profile than standard conventional eggs.
Ultimately, an egg's impact on your health kind of comes down to the company it keeps on your plate. It's usually not the egg that's the problem, it's the sugary breakfast foods, processed meats, and refined carbs we serve right next to it. Instead, you want to pair your eggs with nutrient-dense foods like leafy greens, avocados, and mushrooms to really maximize the health benefits of your meal. Now, to truly understand your wellness way beyond the breakfast table, the Vitalika platform empowers you to take control. You can track all those precise health indicators we just discussed and connect directly with medical professionals. Because understanding nutrition is just one piece of the whole shebang. Vitalika helps you actively monitor your physical and mental well-being over time, book appointments, and access a really great community dedicated to your long-term wellness. So, we'll wrap up this explainer with the question for you to ponder on your own metabolic health journey. Leaving those old dietary myths behind for good. Eggs are simply not the villain they were once thought to be. They are literally one of nature's most complete and nutrient-dense foods. So, rather than fearing your breakfast, are you ready to stop fearing your food, choose high-quality options, and take the next step toward a healthier metabolic future? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and here's to making informed, confident choices for your body.